When was the last time you went a whole day without your phone? Seriously, think about it. I'm not talking about leaving it in your pocket for a couple hours while you binge Netflix. I mean no screen at all. No TikTok, no WhatsApp, no sneaky YouTube search. Just to check something. For a lot of people, especially Gen Z, that's not just difficult. It's almost unimaginable. Here's the thing. Older generations remember a time before this constant connection. Gen Z doesn't. They grew up inside the internet. And that's what sparks the big question. Has Gen Z actually lost touch with reality? Or are they just living in a different version of it? So what exactly do I mean by digital trap? It's not some sinister conspiracy. It's more like quicksand you don't realize you're standing in. You step in, thinking it's solid ground. Then your attention gets pulled. And before you know it, hours are gone. You know that moment when you grab your phone to check one notification, and suddenly it's 45 minutes later? You've watched 3 dog videos, skimmed a Reddit argument about something you don't even care about, and now you're looking at furniture you'll never buy? That's the trap. For Gen Z, there was never a before. There's no mental separation between offline life and online life. It's all just life, which changes the way reality feels entirely. Let's talk numbers for a second. According to recent studies, the average Gen Z user spends over 9 hours a day on screens. And that's not just entertainment. It's studying, working, socializing, existing. The short-form dopamine loop is brutal. TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. They're designed to serve you exactly what keeps you watching. And it works really well. This isn't just scrolling, it's slot machine psychology. You keep pulling down, hoping the next jackpot video will hit. But here's the twist. Older generations weren't that different. Back in the day, people would spend hours parked in front of a TV set. Before that, radio was the time thief. The difference now? The internet isn't a one-way broadcast. It's interactive, hyper-personalized, and never runs out. It's like your brain is a web browser with 50 tabs open. None of them fully loading, but all of them taking energy. Here's where it gets tricky. If reality is based on what we experience, then Gen Z's reality is largely digital. Friendships start in Discord servers. Concerts happen inside Fortnite. Emotional support comes from group chats and AI companions. On one hand, that's incredible. Connection is no longer limited by geography. You can form a close bond with someone you've never met in person. And that bond can be real. But is it enough? Can a string of text bubbles or a perfectly curated FaceTime smile replace the messy, unpredictable energy of being physically with someone? This isn't the first time society has panicked over a media shift. When television became popular, critics claimed it would destroy real conversation. When the telephone took off, people said it would ruin face-to-face interaction. And yet, those changes didn't kill human connection. They just reshaped it. So maybe the question isn't, has Gen Z lost touch with reality? But, has reality simply expanded into something older generations can't fully relate to? Here's what often gets ignored. Gen Z is ridiculously skilled at navigating digital environments. They can fact-check a claim faster than you can Google it. They're plugged into global issues, able to amplify social movements in hours, not months. Think about movements like climate strikes, #MeToo, or even niche fundraisers that exploded online. TikTok and Instagram have turned Gen Z into fast, agile communicators. They can coordinate and mobilize at speeds that would have been impossible for earlier generations. And sure, you can roll your eyes at Slacktivism, but real-world change has started from those hashtags. The irony is that the same platforms accused of disconnecting people are also connecting them in ways history has never seen. Of course, there's a shadow side. Studies keep linking high screen time to increased anxiety, depression, and feelings of loneliness, especially when much of that time is spent comparing yourself to the carefully filtered highlight reels of others. Apps like BeReal are trying to push back against that, offering a more authentic feed. But even authenticity gets packaged once it's on a platform. Digital detox challenges pop up every few months. The Calm app, meditation streams on Twitch, even wearable devices that nudge you to breathe. All of these are symptoms of the same tension. We're using technology to fix the problems technology created. And that brings us to the big question, are the devices the problem? Or is it how we're using them? This is where it gets even more surreal. AI is entering the picture, and the lines between real and synthetic are blurring fast. Deepfake videos that look eerily convincing. AI influencers with millions of followers who don't exist. Chatbots trained to mimic empathy and conversation. Imagine you're forming a friendship online. Except it turns out the person was never a person at all. For tech lovers, this is fascinating. For everyone else, it's unsettling. How will Gen Z adapt to a reality where authenticity can't be verified at a glance? And yet, there's potential here too. AI can be a tool for creativity, education, therapy. The challenge is that it can also replace certain human interactions if we're not careful. So how do you keep the benefits of this hyper-connected life without losing your grounding in the physical world? Some people practice digital minimalism, actively curating what's on their phone, turning off notifications, even scheduling offline hours. Others bring analog habits back into their lives. Physical books, handwritten letters, in-person meetups. There's a simple cultural hack you love, the phone stack at dinner. Everyone puts their phone in a pile, face down. First one to touch theirs pays the bill. It's funny, but it works. And maybe that's the balance. Acknowledging that the digital world is part of reality now, but not the whole of it. So back to my opening question. When was the last time you went a day without your phone? If you can't remember, maybe that's your sign to try a 24-hour reality reset. Because here's the truth. Reality hasn't vanished. It's still out there. In messy conversations, in awkward silences, in the feel of wind hitting your face when you're not looking through a lens. Maybe Gen Z hasn't lost touch with reality at all. Maybe they've just redefined it. The real challenge? Making sure the definition still includes looking up every once in a while.